Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. I am Nina, and today I am making a potato leek soup. If you've never had potato leek soup, it's one of my favorites, and it's so simple, it's so delicious. It's the precursor to a vichyssoise, if you've ever had that, but it's a hot soup, and so let's get started. Here are the ingredients. I have a pot. I'm putting that on a medium heat. I have 3 cups of leek whites, or I will when I cut this. I have 1.5 pounds of potato, 4 tablespoons of flour, and 4 tablespoons of butter. I have some salt, and pepper can go in later. And then we'll finish it up with milk or cream or sour cream and parsley to sprinkle at the end, or chives. So let me show you how we begin this. You're going to just melt some butter and the leeks go in. Now, if you don't have leeks, that's fine, you can do it with onion. If you don't have 3 cups of leeks, that's okay, you can mix the onion with the leeks. But let me show you how to clean a leek, because they can be rather messy. If you'll notice, a leek grows out sideways, so it actually has like a little pointy edge to it. And what I do is I cut into that side, if you will, and just go right down the center and then right through the leek. The reason I'm showing you this is because leeks grow in sandy soil. It's like a silt, and you get that in between these leaves. So you have to be very particular about how you wash these, or else you're going to get that grit in your food, which is not good. So here's how I wash them. I put my sprayer on. Look, you have all this silt. So I still have the root attached, and I lean the top, the dark green part, down, and then I just go layer by layer and just look at them and make sure that there's nothing in there. Sometimes they're very clean. I wanted to show this to you because I noticed these are, in particular, these couples seem to be pretty dirty. You can use the white of a leek, and you can use these lighter green parts, but the dark green is very, I don't want to say woody, but it's very fibrous, and it's not really good to eat. But what I do is bundle that up, and I will put that into some stock that I'm making. So you just cut the root end off, and I just slice these. And when I feel that the knife is sort of resisting, that's where I stop cutting the leek. But as I said, you still have this inside part, so you can use this lighter green part. I have this on medium heat, and now the leeks go in. And when they start to wilt just a little bit, I'm going to add the flour. I'm going to cut these potatoes up and heat up some water, about 6 cups of water. That will go into the soup, and that's it, that's the soup. I'm turning this down to medium-low. The whites are in there. I have some light greens, as I said, of the leeks. And when this wilts down a little bit, it's going to be about 3 minutes. That's when I'm going to put the flour in. And doing that technique is called a vegetable roux. What a roux is equal parts of fat and flour. And it can be any fat. It can be pork fat, it can be bacon fat, butter, olive oil, whatever it is, but it's equal parts. So 4 tablespoons of butter, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of flour, sprinkle it over the vegetables, mix it all up, and that will thicken this soup. Now, if the soup is ever too thick for you, this soup is so easy to work with. Just add either chicken stock or vegetable stock or water. And so now I'm just going to cut these potatoes, and it doesn't matter how big you cut them, but what you want to do, just so it cuts, so that it cooks evenly, is just going to cut them into equal sized pieces, approximately. So this is what I mean by I bundle the leeks up and put this in stock. It's a great oniony flavor. It's very, if you've never had leeks, it's almost sweet. It's very mild onion flavor. And it's delicious, and I just don't like to waste those. So now getting back to the soup, this is wilted, and I'm just going to add my flour. And you'll know your roux is ready when it's sort of like a sand, like a very wet sand. Just like that, kind of pasty. And you cook that for just a moment. Cook it for about 30 seconds to 60 seconds. You don't want it to brown, and you don't want to brown your onions or leeks that you have in there, but that's why it was on a lower heat. You know that your roux is cooked when you start seeing a little bit of white, either on your food or in the pan, which I'm seeing now. So now I have water going in. That was a liter. I think I'll do another 2 cups to make it 6 cups. And the potatoes go in. And that's your soup. I'm just going to put a lid on this and let it simmer. And in about 35 minutes or so, we have soup. You just want to make sure that your water is seasoned, because that's the best time to season potatoes, is when they're boiling in the water. I'm finishing this with a little half and half. You can use milk. And at the end, when they're served, when this dish is served, traditionally people serve this in a soup bowl with a little bit of parsley or chives on top. They'll do another little pouring of cream or even sour cream. And if you'd like, you can just take these potatoes as is, this hot potato soup, and just mash it with a potato masher or a fork. And that's more of a country way to do it. What I'm going to do is blend it and make it smooth. That looks pretty good. Now, this will thicken as it cools down. So if you're serving it the first time, it's fine. If you're going to bring it somewhere, or if you're waiting until tomorrow to eat it, don't be surprised if you're going to have to use some water or milk to thin it out a little bit. So let me just taste this for you. This is so smooth. Ooh, beautiful. Now, if you chill this is a vichyssoise, and the only difference is that vichyssoise is made with a chicken stock and not just water. I love soup. This is it's creamy. There's a little background of onion. It's really good. If you like potatoes, this is a great way to have them. That is excellent, I have to say. It's light, but it's hearty. Really a great soup. I hope you try it. Nina in the Kitchen on Facebook, ninainthekitchen.net for recipes. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.